I've worked with thousands of makers over the last decade plus, helping them set up their handmade businesses online, and I see people making the same mistakes. Today, I want to talk about 12 mistakes you might be making when it comes to starting your handmade business. Number 1 is underestimating the effort and time it requires to get a business up and running. Don't think you can just open a shop, chuck some listings in there, and be making heaps of money really quickly. Yes, that does happen for some people, but it is not the norm. In fact, the majority of businesses fail and will cost you more than they ever make you. So how do you avoid this happening to you? Well, you need to have a clear understanding of the time and the resources you're going to have to invest in order to make your business a success, and be patient and be in it for the long haul. It's about having a long-term goal and working towards it. Mistake number 2 to avoid is not doing any research. You need to research your market so you have some idea of where your products will land in the marketplace. Do you know who your competitors are, what they make? Is there a demand for your product? What sort of prices are people selling that product at? Is it something you can make at that price point and make a decent profit? All of these questions will be answered by going through and doing the research and looking into your niche and what you make and what you want to make. Before you put in all the time and effort to grow a business, make sure there is a demand for that business. All right, mistake number 3 is not having a strong brand identity. If you want your business to stand out, it needs to have a brand. Now, a brand is not just your logo and your colors. A brand is the why, the ethos of your business, the promise it's making to your customers. What does your business stand for and who does it serve? And how do you communicate that through your branding, the visuals of your branding? The things like your color schemes, fonts, the language you use, the style of photos, etc. Having a strong brand identity will go a long way to setting you off on the right foot and having a business people will trust and decide to buy from. The next mistake is pricing incorrectly. This is a huge problem I see. It's endemic in the handmade industry, is people pricing too low. Now, I understand the desire here, the desire to make sales. You want to price competitively, and that is important. But at the same time, you need to price in a way that you are actually making a profit. Otherwise, your business will not be sustainable. So you need to do the work to figure out what that is going to be. I have a video on that. I'll link to it up here about how to work out your pricing properly. And it's really important that you do this. This is a crucial step, absolutely crucial step that so many people don't do properly. Mistake number 5 is having poor product photography. This will destroy any chance your business has of success. When you're selling online, your product photos are absolutely key. They must be excellent. They must show your product off to its best, and they must educate the customer. Basically, people buy based on the photos. They might read the description, maybe not. The photos are the thing that will convince them to buy. So they need to be excellent. Now, I'm throwing a lot at you in this video today, and I hope you are saving it, coming back to watch it later to make sure that you don't miss any of these points. But this is just some of the things that you need to learn when it comes to starting a handmade business. If you want more in-depth help and guidance with this, come and join me for Setup Shop. It's my 30-day intensive live course. It's running very, very soon. And I will teach you in that course, step by step, absolutely everything you need to do to start a thriving and profitable online store for your handmade business. Thousands of makers have taken this course and used it to set up successful shops. So if you want to join me for that, I would love to get to know you and your business. I will leave a link in the description below to set up shop. It runs live twice a year, so don't miss out on joining me for that if getting your handmade business off the ground online is something you've been wanting to do. Mistake number 6 is not using social media effectively. You do not have to have social media in order to have a successful online business, but it helps. It definitely helps to get the word out there and to tell people about your product and to build up a customer base. So if you do want to get the ball rolling faster and make more sales and create a larger customer base using social media, whichever one works for you and your customers, whether it's TikTok or Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. There's also Pinterest, although I don't class that as a social media so much as a search engine marketing strategy, are all very useful ways to get your business out there. And closely related to this is the next point, and that is not doing any marketing at all. So if you're just opening a shop on Etsy, you're putting your listings up there and you're hoping that that will be all you need to do, it's unlikely to be as successful as it would be if you put a bit of time or possibly money into marketing and advertising your business, especially in the beginning, to get it off the ground. Whether that's paying for Etsy ads within the platform, whether that's, doing local marketing, whether talking in local Facebook groups, telling people about your business, putting flyers up around your local towns, buying advertising on Pinterest or Instagram. Whatever it might be, there's lots of different strategies you can experiment with, but by investing a little bit more time and possibly money into marketing, you will see your business growing faster. Even the biggest businesses in the world spend a lot of their money on marketing and advertising, and that's because brand awareness makes a big difference. Okay, mistake number 8 is not tracking your income and expenses. If you're not doing this, you're not running a business, you're running an expensive hobby, okay? You need to be looking at your numbers on a regular basis. You need to be tracking how much you're spending and how much you're earning every single day. Not to say that you have to do it every single day, but you need to know the money that is going into your business and the money that is coming out of your business. Can be as simple as using a spreadsheet. If you do set up shop, I actually give you a spreadsheet that I've designed that you can use for this. It saves you a lot of time and effort trying to figure it out. But no matter what you use, whether it's a spreadsheet or an accounting software program or a bookkeeper, whatever it may be, you need to do this. This is an absolutely crucial part of running a business, because if you don't know what your profit margin is, you don't know what your expenses are month to month, then you're just flying blind and you have no idea if you're actually succeeding in making a profit or not. Number 9 is underestimating the cost of your supplies and materials. Now, the beginning of a business is generally going to be one of the most expensive parts, because you're probably accumulating tools, you're accumulating materials, but that's something that you're going to have to buy over time, and you have to incorporate this into your pricing. Now, we talked about that obviously earlier. Again, pricing is something we cover in Setup Shop, but you need to make sure that you are accounting for those costs in your pricing so that you are making a profit on top of your base expenses. Mistake number 10 is not managing your inventory. I've got a story about this, something that I did a couple of years into running my business. It was coming up to Christmas time and I got a whole bunch of orders. And then I realized I didn't actually have the raw materials in order to fulfill those orders. And it was very, very stressful, because I had to then order the raw materials from my supplier, hope that they arrived in time, that I had the time to then make the orders that I'd already received, and then get them out the door in time for them to arrive before Christmas. Don't make that mistake. I never made that mistake again. I always made sure to stock take and keep really close eye on my inventory, and made sure I had enough raw materials in order to fulfill the orders that might come in. This is a really important part of keeping your business running, especially around Christmas time and other gift giving holiday events that you might be focused on. You need to make sure to keep on top of this so you don't have disappointed customers. Speaking of customers, my last 2 points are related to that. Number 11 is neglecting customer service. I'm always amazed by the amount of times that I buy something on Etsy and I hear absolutely nothing from the seller. Like, I just get the package in the mail 2 weeks later or something. To me, and maybe this is a personal thing, but when I'm buying from Etsy, I'm buying there because I want to buy from a real human being. I want to buy from an artisan, a craftsperson. I want that personal connection. And I think it goes a long way to building a positive relationship with your customer if you can really put them first and take care of them. Now, that doesn't mean you have to be answering emails at 11:30 at night. You don't have to put yourself out in that way. As long as you're prompt, you answer within 24 hours. Maybe you want to set up an autoresponder so they know what your work hours are. Whatever it is, just prioritize customer service and taking care of them, keeping them informed and touching base with them. Something I started many years ago, actually I did this right from the beginning, but I changed a few years in and made it even better. But whenever I get a sale, I send a personal thank you message to my customer. I tell them all the details they need to know about their order, like what's the turnaround time, what's the shipping time, etc. But I also thank them and I tell them a little bit about me and my story and my background. And it's amazing how many people respond to that in a positive manner. And it's a really excellent tool for building a positive relationship with a customer. And that means not only will they be more likely to talk about you to other people, positive word of mouth, they might be more likely to leave you a positive review. If something goes wrong, they're also more likely to reach out to you first rather than just opening a case with Etsy or whatever platform you're on. You know, building that relationship is a really good thing to do for the health of your business and just to make your customers happy. And the final thing is related to this, and that is ignoring your customers' feedback. It's never fun to get negative feedback from a customer. We don't like it. Sometimes it's not accurate. Sometimes they've made a mistake or they're upset about something that's not in your control. But sometimes they are right and you have stuffed something up. And when that happens, you need to take that hit. You need to apologize, you need to make it right, and you need to learn from it. Like, what if you send the wrong thing to the wrong person? What if you make the wrong thing for that person? I have done both of those things over the years, which is so frustrating, and it's very rare, but occasionally it happens. Like, you know, we make a lot of jewelry that comes in multiple different finishes. Occasionally, I think once or twice we've ended up making the wrong finish, the right piece of jewelry, but in the wrong finish, and then sending it to the person and then going, oh my God, how did we stuff that up? But then you just apologize, you send them the correct thing and you fix the problem. Same thing when you might accidentally switch, products. And there's heaps of different things that might go wrong that might actually be something you have done wrong. So don't get defensive about it, just learn from it, take their feedback on board. And whenever somebody gives you negative feedback, decide, hey, is this something that's my responsibility that I can fix? Or is this a them problem that I can be sympathetic to, but know that it's really not my fault? Have you made any of these mistakes? I have made probably all of them in my first few years of business. And let me know in the comments below if any of these sound familiar to you or any of them are things you need to fix. I would love to hear from you. If you found this one useful, give me a thumbs up. And if you want help and guidance setting up that online shop, remember to check out Setup Shop. I would love to help you build your dream of having a successful handmade business. Thanks for watching. I'm going to leave you with this video on pricing because that is one that I often refer to because it's something that so many people need to work on. So check that one out next. Thanks so much for being here. I'll catch you again soon. Bye for now.